When two people are truly made for each other, these three signs never lie. The cosmos doesn't always shout its intentions. Often it murmurs through sensations that defy logic, bonds that resist breaking, and individuals who haunt your memory regardless of effort. Perhaps you've confronted this question during quiet midnight hours, when external noise faded and internal knowing grew loud. Is this connection genuinely faded or merely wishful thinking I'm clinging to? This revelation isn't designed to create confusion. Its purpose is absolute clarity. Because when destiny authentically binds two individuals, the evidence isn't theatrical, it's inescapable. These signals don't emerge from neediness. They don't stem from illusion. Their origin runs deeper, more ancient, profoundly wise. And right now you'll discover the three truths that remain constant. Not occasionally, not perhaps, always. So breathe deeply, quiet your thoughts, and allow your intuition to absorb this. Truth number one. Regardless of how much distance separates you, existence continually redirects your paths toward reunion. When destiny genuinely connects two people, separation never achieves permanence. One person might depart, the other might leave. Months might accumulate. Quietness might expand. Yet something remarkable occurs. However far you wander, reality keeps weaving you back into proximity. Unexpected encounters happen repeatedly. Their identity surfaces when thoughts were elsewhere. Dreams featuring them arrive precisely when emotional closure seemed achieved. Their presence pervades moments completely unrelated to shared history. This bewilders logic because rationally the mind declares this chapter should have concluded already. But emotionally, spiritually, something categorically refuses conclusion. This isn't fragility, this isn't dependency, this represents cosmic synchronization. When authentic soul bonds exist, physical separation doesn't destroy the link, it examines it. And here's what most minds overlook. If someone wasn't destined to matter profoundly in your existence, natural fading would occur effortlessly. Zero gravitational pull, zero circular returns, zero lingering incompleteness would remain. Instead, the universe keeps declaring the timing hasn't arrived yet. Even through determined attempts at forward movement, something registers as unfinished, not damaged, incomplete. And cosmic forces employ numerous methods for these reminders. Delayed opportunities, interrupted connections, surprising reunions, persistent emotional reverberations. This happens because certain relationships aren't temporary seasons. They're foundational architecture. They're woven into your evolutionary process. Meeting each other isn't about remaining static. You encounter each other to transform into something greater. That explains why departures never feel clean, why this truth never deceives. If someone lacks authentic purpose in your journey, reality will compassionately release them. Even through pain, understanding ultimately emerges. But when someone genuinely belongs within your soul's permanent narrative, existence refuses erasure. You might relocate geographically, reconstruct daily patterns, enter different partnerships. Still, something internal continues recognizing them. That recognition transcends romantic imagination. It is cellular remembrance, and cellular remembrance never forgets. Truth number two. You catalyze each other's evolution, not merely emotional comfort. This revelation creates discomfort. That's precisely why countless people misread its meaning. When two souls genuinely belong together, they don't exclusively deliver tranquility. They deliver awakening. They confront your unhealed places. They illuminate your hidden terrors. They stimulate dimensions of yourself you didn't realize required healing. Sometimes it feels intense beyond measure. You might wonder, why does this bond feel so demanding? Because it wasn't constructed for superficiality. Authentic soul unions aren't present to satisfy your ego's entertainment. They exist to revolutionize your essential character. This explains simultaneous feelings, deeply comprehended yet deeply challenged, secure yet emotionally vulnerable, loving yet terrified of potential loss. This relationship demands radical honesty. Pretense becomes impossible. Concealment becomes impossible. Emotional laziness cannot survive, and occasionally, this generates distance not from absent love, but because transformation is actively occurring. The distinction between destructive and developmental. Many observers confuse soul partnerships with toxicity. Here's the fundamental difference. Toxic arrangements deplete your vitality. Soul arrangements require expansion. Destructive relationships enforce smallness. Genuine connections propel you toward your elevated self. They provoke reflection. They provoke discomfort. They provoke maturation. Sometimes one individual evolves at accelerated pace compared to the other. This creates intermissions, silence, misalignments, but the underlying intention never involves destruction. It involves evolution. When two people are cosmically matched, simultaneous alignment doesn't always occur, but directional alignment remains constant. Why? This truth never lies. Comfort alone doesn't signify destiny. Growth does. People lacking genuine permanence in your story won't challenge expanded consciousness, increased honesty, heightened emotional intelligence. But your destined one, they will activate your healing journey. And healing rarely proceeds gently. Truth number 3, even during physical separation, you both sense the connection through silence. This represents the quietest indicator and the most powerful. When two people are genuinely destined for unity, communication doesn't vanish when verbal exchange stops. Silence amplifies. You perceive them without conscious effort. You detect their emotional state. You understand when they're experiencing difficulty, even absent verbal confirmation, and sometimes silence aches more intensely than conflicts. Because conflicts signal active connection, silence indicates both parties are processing something profound. But here's the reality. Authentic connections don't terminate in silence. They intensify through it. You might abstain from conversation for weeks, months, potentially years, yet upon reconnection, temporal passage feels irrelevant. The familiarity resurfaces immediately. The energetic signature recognizes itself. This doesn't occur with everyone. The unseen chord. Ancient teachings reference an invisible thread, a spiritual tether linking two souls meant to encounter, develop, and reunite according to divine scheduling. This thread can extend, can entangle, can face trials, but fracturing never occurs. Doubt might emerge. Denial might surface, but the sensation keeps resurfacing, and profoundly both parties understand this remains unfinished, not from obsessive attachment, but from fundamental truth. Why? This truth never lies. When silence generates peace and closure, the connection reached completion. When silence generates awareness, contemplation, and yearning, the connection maintains vitality. Not every connection requires loudness. Some connections require eternality, ultimate reality requiring acknowledgement. Being made for each other doesn't translate to easy, flawless, continuous. It translates to inevitable. It means growth precedes union. It means lessons precede peace. It means timing precedes togetherness. Occasionally, love separates individuals not as punishment, but as preparation. And if you're receiving this message currently, randomness isn't involved. Something is transforming. Awareness is expanding. Alignment is manifesting. Don't pursue. Don't manipulate. Don't panic. What genuinely belongs to you recognizes you. And when appropriate timing arrives, nothing, not distance, not silence, not fear, will possess capability to maintain separation. Final message. If this resonated within you, Trust that your heart already possesses the answer. Certain connections aren't about ownership. They're about purpose. And when two people are genuinely made for each other, the universe doesn't question. It confirms gradually, quietly, unmistakably. If you found value in this perspective, show your appreciation by hitting that like button for Psychology Wisdom. And remember to subscribe so you never miss insights that could transform how you understand connection and destiny.